Good evening.
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Yeah, you don't have as much oomph as you had
Yesterday?
on the first take when we tried to record this show.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Anyway, welcome to CHMA Broadcasting from Sackville, New Brunswick, Canada. You are listening either on 106.9 in the Tantramart area or at www.chmafm.com. My brain, you heard
Paused.
it stop, and it's just like it needed to breathe.
Yeah, oh, that's on the internet.
It beeps, boops, 1 zeros, maybe 2s.
It's going to be powered by lightning in the future.
It is?
Yeah, we're going to harness the power of lightning.
That's what they do in Back to the Future, right?
Yeah, the ultimate green energy.
Yeah, because it just like shows
up.
It
happens.
Yeah.
Already doing its thing.
That's why I said we just need to get all the solar power panels in space. Because the sun's already just doing its thing.
In space? How do you get the power down from space to the planet?
The same way we elevator? Get it up. Yeah, space elevator. That's how we get it up, isn't it?
No, we use like rockets.
Oh, can they bring stuff back down easily?
Well, energy is like it's kind of hard to put energy in a tanker if it's not a fossil fuel. Well, you'd need batteries, and batteries tend to be pretty heavy, so they're like hard to send up and then bring down.
I think there's a
lot easier to bring down than it is to send up.
Yeah.
You could send it through like some sort of weirdo microwave thing, maybe.
You know what? We got big cables on the underside, like the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
If we could get underwater ocean cables, we could get one big cable in the sky. Just one.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole space elevator thing. You anchor something in orbit, and then you build up to it using, starting with the finest wire in the world and then building up, presumably. I don't know. I've only really experienced it in sci-fi.
So we're doing that? Not us.
Us personally? Yeah. No. We're going to stick to air traffic control.
Yes.
And amateur radio.
That's about it. Do you know who we are, even?
Oh, we're
ground control at YMC Midgic Airport. You're right. Joining myself, air traffic controller Thomas.
And myself, fan of sci-fi and space elevators, air traffic controller Luke.
Join us for the next hour as we watch the skies, listen to some tunes, chat will be done by and by. Luke!
Yes?
So we had a conversation last night about weather.
Yeah, we did.
And then I really wanted a snowstorm to happen.
Yes. It did not materialize 0%. Last night. Folks, this is pre-recorded live now on Friday evening.
Yeah.
It was 41 minutes of pre-recorded live Thursday evening before I tripped over the cord that runs the internet here at the airport and shut it off, and our file disappeared just like my hopes of a fine winter storm.
Yeah, so we didn't get that winter storm. We're here on a Friday instead, but it's fine.
Yeah, but it's all right. I can still predict my Monday or Sunday evening winter storm.
Yeah, exactly.
I still haven't looked at the weather to know if that's
a
possibility.
I have no clue.
I'm rooting for it.
What do you think's coming tomorrow morning?
To like Monday morning?
Monday morning, yeah.
Snow.
Still going for snow.
I'm still going for snow.
Now, I remember, but I want to find it word
based on wants, not science.
Well, this is going to be based on science, I think. This is
the Farmer's Almanac is not
This
science.
is the old Farmer's Almanac, the 2025 version.
Brandon T. Robertson.
Robert B. Thomas, founded in 1792. We're looking at...
Was he founded in 1792, or was the
Almanac? It was old even then. Like, in 1792, they knew...
It's a bold move to make a brand new thing and called it old.
Old Man Ludica.
Old-fashioned sugar well, that's old-fashioned.
Yeah.
Donuts.
But we're looking at this week coming up, which I think is the 16th and 19th. I really don't know. But it does say snowstorm cold.
There you go.
So
I'm in agreement with
Robert B. Thomas.
Yeah, whatever his name is.
And our farmer historian.
He's on break.
Yeah, Howard Thompson Truman still on break. Good for him. He's got one more week of break, I think, and then next week I'll have an update for you.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved. working on a farm all year. You get 2 weeks to not do your diary.
Mm-hmm.
Deserved. Hey, we're gonna listen to some tunes.
Okay. What do you got for us? A little pick-me-up on a Sunday evening?
Yeah, so I have a couple of electronic tunes.
That's what people like Sunday evening.
Yeah, exactly. A little pump me up. So the first one is going to be by Ishii, and the second one is going to be by Crayback.
Hit it.
Strangest addiction. I could say I'll quit without any conviction. I broke my own heart this time for believing that a ghost could find a body alive that hasn't seen the other side. So don't call me, I'll find something to escape my mind. What's the cause when there's no love lost between us? So burn the letters. There's a tragedy in every ember. In every ember. In every ember. In every ember. There's a tragedy in every You are my strangest addiction. I could say I'll quit without any conviction. I broke my own heart this time for believing that a ghost could find a body alive that hasn't seen the other side. So don't call me, I'll find something to escape my mind. There's a tragedy in every ember. What's the cause when there's no love lost between us? So burn the letters. There's a tragedy in every ember. In every ember. In every ember. In every ember. There's a tragedy in every
Have you ever seen the glass that was left unbroken? Pieces laying all around me, lost in this space. As time flies past, it catches every moment.
we're going to talk about sports. Fun sports.
Fun sports?
Fun sports, yeah. Well, actually, we're going to talk about something a little silly.
I do like the sillier sports.
The unofficial football world championship.
Yep.
So, this isn't like a real... There's not like a championship belt to come with it.
Okay.
But
and to be clear, this is football with your feet or football with your hands?
Right. This is football.
Football. This is soccer.
This is soccer. Yes.
All right, go on. We can call it football from now. We just had to establish which.
Yes, which football we're talking about.
Yep.
This is the Football World Championships, as in soccer. And this one has been tracked for, this championship, I'm saying in air quotes, has been tracked for like 100 years. I think it's over 100 years now.
All right.
But it works like the lineal championship in boxing. So for each weight class,
can you give me a, like, for those of us sitting here that are me that only know of boxing championships as a thing that you get a belt with?
Yeah.
Like, I know there's a championship belt, but there also seems to be more than one championship belt.
Yeah, so there's multiple committees, and they all have their own belt, and they all have their own amount of prestige, and et cetera, et cetera. But there is like one world champion, you know? Specifically, usually it's someone now who has held all of those belts at that weight class at one time.
Okay. You have a collection of belts, and then you get one belt to rule them all.
Well, you don't actually get a belt. That's the thing. It's not the lineal championship is not even like a real thing. At
that point, they explain to you that the ultimate belt is in your mind. It's not a physical belt.
Yeah, but there are people do hold it in very high esteem, like Muhammad Ali.
But they don't physically hold it because it only exists in your mind.
I do believe. So yeah, it's essentially unlike in other fights or in other sports where it might be round robin, so you could lose a game and still win the tournament, let's say.
Okay.
It's based off the presumption that whoever wins that particular match is the world championship.
Sorry, you said round robin. That made me think of the hockey thing that we were talking about around Christmas.
Yes.
How did Canada do this time?
No clue.
All right. One of our 3 listeners tonight, I'm saying we have a big listenership tonight,
yeah, we do.
is like yelling because neither of us know what happened at the World Juniors.
Yeah, well, that's a shame.
Anyway, so what happened at the World Football of Feet?
Unofficial World Football World Championship.
Do they actually call themselves the unofficial?
I do think so, yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
That's
so that's how like boxing works. So for football, for nearly 60 years, it was just passed between teams in the British Isles. Makes sense. Between Wales, Scotland, Ireland, and Northern Ireland.
Okay.
In 1931, it first left the British Isles. So that means this idea has been around since like the 1870s, I guess.
Yeah, it's got some legs.
Got some legs. It's obviously been back to the British Isles since. Austria beat Scotland for it not that long ago. It's been defended all over the world now, and there have been winners from every continent except Oceania.
Okay.
So someone from North America held it. Probably not us.
Yeah. Did the Swiss try and hold it on a frozen lake? Like
cricket?
Yeah, like cricket. No, we got this.
Recently, it's been getting a little wild, though. Croatia was carrying the unofficial world championship into Qatar.
Okay.
For the World Cup in 2022. And they got beat by the winners, Argentina. But Argentina eventually lost it to Uruguay.
It's wild that Qatar, with not inexhaustible finances, but from a Western standpoint, inexhaustible finances, could not buy a team capable of bringing home the worlds on home turf.
Oh, I think they did terribly, if I remember correctly.
Great.
Yeah. But yeah, Argentina beat by Uruguay, who in turn lost it to the Ivory Coast, who isn't a huge team.
Okay.
But then the Ivory Coast, who has not had a good year, lost it to Sierra Leone, who is the lowest ranked nation to ever be crowned the lineal champion.
Okay.
At 121st in the world.
Wow.
Until recently, they lost it to Liberia,
okay,
who was ranked 149th.
Wow.
So their lineal championship is like...
yeah. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? They then lost it this month to Algeria, who is much higher up. But yeah, it was a fun little...
The unofficial world football championship. So is there an actual tournament? Like, do they bring...
No, so it's just every tournament all over the world. So anytime the world champion...
Anytime a national level team wins,
if they are the champion...
The number crunching machine.
No number crunching machine.
Oh, okay.
It's just...
There's no spreadsheet here.
It's like one-on-one fight, and whoever comes out, no matter what league, what tournament... yeah, so it could be like a FIFA tournament, it could be the Olympics, it could be a qualifier for something. If you are the champion, world champion, it is up for grabs every single time you play.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why it's the lineal
It's King of the Hill rules.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. To be the man, you have to beat the man.
Whoa.
Yeah, so...
All right.
The man was Liberia for a bit.
All right.
The man is no longer Liberia.
That's all right. Yeah, no, I understand that now that you were trying to draw that to boxing and use that to explain it to me, but I didn't quite grasp it. But
now you get it.
Now I'm there with you.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
All right.
So yeah, that's the unofficial football world championship.
Wild.
Hey, we're listening to a couple tunes, and they're your tunes.
Oh, they're my tunes.
Yeah, you put them on the deck for this week.
Yep. So I got a little acoustic.
Yeah.
With the trues.
Making Sunshine.
Yeah, so the Making Sunshine. And the reason why I think is like, you know how a lot of rock bands or front people will be like, I'm going to do a folk album at some point?
Yes.
This song tells me 100% that the front man for the Trues, whose name I can never remember, 100% has the voice to do a folk album.
Yes.
So when he goes out, and the second tune's a Mo Kenny tune, because I just was listening to Mo Kenny this week, but
Mo Kenny's
pretty limited on the songs of Mo Kenny he can play at 6:27 on a Saturday or Sunday evening.
So we got the Trues and then Mo Kenny.
Tomorrow's always far away. Where you are stuck in yesterday. And this old dog is you locked up, lost inside. It tries to lines upon your face. It begs you all before you pay those raining. Don't stay, no escaping. We are dancing. My heart is not the type to sway. It's good for any other day. So if you say that you will stay, you'll be mine. I'll make everything okay. I push that world away, though it's raining. Don't stay, no escaping. We are dancing. I'm right on time. Sunshine,
I've been hanging in there for a while now, and I get used to my feet not touching the ground. I wanna roll over and let it out, but is it really just me who says the feelings out loud? It's either too much to drink or I've had too much to think. Wish I could turn my brain off, wish I could write it in. I think I'm paranoid, but then it's always just true. I might be losing my mind, I may be coming unglued. I've been hanging in there for a while now, and I get used to my friends not coming around. I've been up all night and I've been dreaming my days I've been feeling lonely, so you better call soon. I'm not just wasting your time, I may be coming Everybody said that you'd leave me for dead. Everybody said that you'd leave me for dead. The voices in my head said you'd leave me for dead. Everybody said, everybody said, everybody I may be coming
What's going on?
You, should our listeners know you have a cold?
No.
Okay, we won't tell them. They
No,
won't
don't
pick
tell
out
them.
up on it based on the audio.
I don't know. I don't think
Since
so.
you don't have a cold, what events might you take part in this week?
So this is looking at Tantramart events on Friday, January 17th. We're looking at Local Hero 1983 at the Owens Art Gallery on York Street. It is free at 7 p.m. That's Friday, January 17th. Local Hero is perhaps the finest cinematic character study of a non-specific person, but of an entire village, and the laborious way of life it nourishes. A town so stubbornly timeless, it turns out that it can survive even the predatory attention of capitalist forces. Ooh, remote.
Not capitalist forces.
I don't like those. It's about a remote Scottish village, Furness, and an oil company driven by Bill Forsyth. Local Hero, yeah, you can check it out at the Owens Art Gallery, 61 York Street. That's free Friday, January 17th, 2025. Start at 7 p.m. You got any news?
Do I?
Yeah?
Oh, man. Well, I don't know what to talk about for news this week. There's a lot of news going on.
Yeah.
I know last night when we recorded this, we briefly discussed the fact there was an armed robbery in Dorchester, or not Dorchester, in Memramcook, which is not cool at all.
No.
And there, but I couldn't help but note that, like, the description of the suspect, which was like slender male wearing a plaid jacket and a black toque.
Yes.
Describe a lot of people I know.
And especially in like Dorchester, Memram Cook area.
Yeah. I'm not going to say it was the perfect disguise. And folks, go on news outlets or social media. You can find the footage of this person. I'm going to say gentleman, but you're robbing convenience stores at gunpoint.
Definitely not a gentleman.
Might not deserve that.
No, I agree.
But go check that out maybe and say, hey, that's
Jim.
That's Jim. And
Jim.
Then maybe tell some people what Jim's up to.
Yeah.
Or call Jim and say, turn yourself in.
Yeah, Jim, why'd you do that?
Make the right move.
You just need to ask for help, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
I got new news this evening.
What's your new news?
We are on the radio.
We're on the radio.
We generally have fun being on the radio.
We do.
It eats up one of our lunch breaks here at the airport between shifts.
Yeah.
But it can be the want to be on the radio does not necessarily mean you have things to say weekly.
That sometimes we don't.
No. But we, fake it till you make it.
100%. Yeah.
But let's say you had a strong desire to be on the radio and wanted all the material provided to you.
Okay.
And you were also a fan of bingo.
Ooh.
If this describes you, get in touch with the Sackville Legion. They are looking for someone to call Radio Bingo.
Oh, is that right?
That's right. And you could be the voice of Radio Bingo for the Sackville Legion. Just calling out the numbers and letters and numbers.
Yeah, there's like B7. That's an example.
Bingo. Anyway, so
hey, star in the making.
Yeah?
Yeah. Whoever
could be
gets
the
this
first step towards
superstardom, yeah. Hey, do what else is bringing up stars but not actually I was about to say gold stars, but it's not one of our gold stars. I might make it a gold star. We'll see.
All right.
But getting some unofficial gold stars here is the $1 million ventilation projects at Marshview and Dorchester schools.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know if you cast your mind back to the year 2020, if you can.
Oh, it's all fuzzy.
A lot of it is for me. But in 2020 and 2021, the education department, for some reason, decided to test the air quality in all the schools. And what they found was the air quality in Dorchester
was suboptimal.
And the air quality in Marshview was even worse.
Aww.
That's in the past, though. Well, it's not. It's still that bad currently, I should say. It's probably worse since that those numbers have been taken. But they're both getting $1 million projects. So $1.4 million project at Marshview, $1.3 million in Dorchester have both entered their first phase.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Both of them are having electrical upgrades and other upgrades to the infrastructure of the school to get more ventilation. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a great thing.
Do we know how old those schools are?
I don't, but I've been in both of them, and I can tell you they're so old that
they need help.
They need help, yeah. Well, they're so old they should be combined with Salem into, one school, maybe. I don't think anyone's
thought of that before.
Thought about that before.
No. It certainly wasn't a discussion when I first moved to the region 8 years ago.
Yeah, the discussion. You know what? I was about to say I haven't heard much of it recently, but I haven't now.
Yeah.
I guess it has been a few years since I've heard anything about it.
Anyway. Sometimes it's good enough to upgrade what you have.
Yeah.
If the asset still meets the need.
Exactly.
Go for it.
Go for it. I don't know how much a new school costs, Oh,
it's got to be at least $100.
At least. And they're putting $2 million. Probably more. They're putting $2 million into these schools.
Yeah.
So it's probably more than $100 for a new school.
I said at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. The starting point.
It is hay.
It is hay?
We got gold stars now.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'm doing the thing. I don't do it often.
What?
I'm crossing the border.
Oh, yeah?
I'm giving it to Amherst.
Oh, yeah!
You know why?
Why?
They got Perseverance, and I don't know if it'll make it through the weekend, but they had their outdoor rink going.
Oh, nice.
And
That's awesome.
You know I'm a big fan of an outdoor rink.
Yes, you are. I am giving mine to Elizabeth May, the leader of the Green Party here in Canada. There have been a lot of big political things happening in Canada this week, and I will say the only person, knock on wood, it's the end of the week though, it'd be hard to say something now. The only person that came out not looking like a ghoul, I think, was Elizabeth May, who just was a normal human being the entire time.
Huh.
So, hey, good for you, Elizabeth May, for acting like a human.
I have very little political opinions, and I'm not prepared to share them on a radio show.
I'm just saying, I'm glad that you can be like, this person did a job, and just give them a thumbs up on their way out, you know?
Move along.
Yep.
I'm
going to do some promos. I'm going to read maybe 3 of them.
Okay.
Potentially the shows right after this one, if you stick around. In sequential, order, even. And then after that, do you want to read a show from...
I mean, I'm prepared tonight. I had a shout-out show, ready to rock and roll. But you tell the people what we're going into next.
I will.
That's what inquiring minds want to know.
Right after this, we got live on KEXP, bringing you the very best of their world-renowned live in-studio and remote performances. Each week, they bring you a new live session from emerging artists to well-established acts, spanning style, genres, and cultures.
Mm-hmm.
They've had everyone from Ryan Lewis and Macklemore, Florence the Machine, Lumineers, Elephant Jim, Sloan.
One of those from the Maritimes.
Jeremy Dutcher.
Also from the Maritimes.
Just like Elephant Jim.
No.
Full video of all live on KEXP performances at youtube.com/KEXP, including 2 of those Nova Scotia bands I just shouted out.
All right.
Sunday 8 p.m. Right after that, we have Black Atlantic, primarily Black Atlantic-centered podcast, website, and media channel with the goal of bringing Atlantic POC voices to the world. Hosted by Clinton Davis and Hillary LeBlanc. You can check them out at blackatlantic.ca.
Mm-hmm.
Follow them on Spotify and visit their YouTube page. And to finish the 4 hours of power, the Sunday
evening
radio block.
Is that what you call it?
Yep. We have the night shift with Luca Capone.
Never know what you're going to get with Luca Capone.
Never know what you're going to get with Luca Capone. Spinning a diverse, adventurous mix of sounds ranging from psychedelic jazz to experimental hip-hop with a heavy focus on Canadian and independent artists. What do you got?
Man, you know what? I was I just caught a few minutes of it last Friday night, but it's blind date here.
Oh,
and I've forgotten what a good premise and what a good show.
Yeah. They're still doing it.
They're still doing it. Still putting out new ones Friday night, 8 o'clock. Folks,
awesome.
If you haven't tuned in for that, it is Christina and Hannah.
Yeah.
And one of them, they alternate week to week.
Yes.
With an album, and they do it like a full listen through usually.
Yeah.
Generally, they're pretty well musically versed, so I think they would have heard some of the stuff, but and get good reactions and discussions around it. That's pretty good. If you like music.
I like music.
Yeah, music's all right.
Yeah. You want to listen to some music?
Oh, if you got some right there, sure.
Yeah, well, it's going to be... I'm going to take you on an adventure. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you?
Yeah, okay. So here's an adventure song for a long adventure, and then maybe a little bit of a journey back home.
Feel the urge to go for a really long walk all of a sudden.
That's what I was just about to say. I feel like I just sat down from the walk. Like maybe sat down and about to write in a big red book. I
was by far, that was the MBYO recording of that.
Yes,
right?
it was.
So New Brunswick Youth Orchestra. And I think
Yes.
we were discussing at some point during the song that we might know some people who were on that recording.
Yes, we definitely both actually know quite a few people, I think.
Yeah.
That played on that particular one, yeah.
And anyway, so I feel invigorated if you see me walking through Sackville this evening.
Yeah.
Maybe further parts of Tantramar. Probably not holding jewelry, though.
Which character from Lord of the Rings do you
embody?
Yeah, do you feel closest to in spirit?
That's a good question. I haven't read it in a year or two, but I'd have to go back with that in my mind to be like, who am I? You know,
I think I'm Tom Bombadil.
You wish you were Tom Bombadil.
Not because he has power.
Unfathomable power.
That's not why.
Mixed with the lack of caring.
Yes.
Yeah. Not apathy. Because apathy implies like you.
Just the absent-mindedness.
Yeah.
And playful nature.
Okay.
None of the power.
Okay.
Likes to sing songs.
Like, yeah, you are. Listen, if this show has a musical personality and a non, no one's arguing you're the musical personality. All right. Yeah, and he's a big boy too.
Yeah.
So that's he had some things going on there.
I just think he's a pleasant, silly fella.
Okay.
That likes music, and I'm like, I'm a silly, pleasant fella that likes music.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really not sure. I mean, I know I'm not real big and fairly hairy, but I don't know if I'm a hobbit.
No, it doesn't have to be like your physical stature. Like,
I don't want to live underground, but
no,
not really dwarfish.
I think you're Gandalf, but I want to be like very specific. Gandalf the Grey.
Can I just be Radagash instead?
No,
I'm not really into nature. I know.
You're just setting off fireworks and smoking a pipe and
sending people off to do stuff they're not qualified for.
Hey, taking your wisdom.
Showing up at people's houses and being like, oh, I actually have a friend, but then it's 10 people and now it's a party.
Well, again, he was using his wisdom.
That's his, yeah.
And he was right, was he not?
Sure, but I don't feel like I'm packing much in the way of wisdom either. I think that would be
look, he sets off fireworks.
I like that part.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm going for.
Yeah. Scratches doors.
Yeah, does silly tricks on people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you're not Gandalf the White.
No. Awful serious, that fellow.
Yeah, very serious.
Anyway.
You don't have a serious bone in your pocket.
Well, I'm sure there's one somewhere.
Oh, good. Okay, let me read the thing.
Thank you for listening.
Yes.
Thank you to CHMA for hosting us.
And broadcasting us.
Yeah, you can find them at www.chmafm.com.
That's right. You don't even have a thing in front of you.
Very hard to say.
That's crazy.
Very easy to type into a keyboard.
It is very easy to type into a keyboard. CHMAFM on the socials as well.
You can also find us on all the social medias that are worth being on. None of them are
mostly,
on.
They're not. So
no.
You shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
And we
be
might
on
be
social media.
We might get rid of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just put a pin in it.
Yeah, we might. Yeah. Oh, we'll see.
People don't need to go on social media.
They don't.
Not helping anybody.
No. And honestly, I don't post stuff on social media anymore. Not even for the show. So don't go on social media. Yeah, you know what? That's going to be the new one.
You don't find us on social media.
Just don't go on social media. Don't do it.
Problem solved.
Okay. Hey, and finally, if you do miss a podcast, you can catch us anywhere. Oh my goodness, said it wrong.
Anywhere you catch your podcasts.
Anywhere you can catch your episodes.
Anywhere you get an episode of this podcast. This is a radio show.
Oh, you're saying too many words now. Signing off.
Have a great evening, folks.